Hey guys, Future Gohan, this is J2 here. And I thought I would talk to you guys about the ending of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and why I felt it was very, very inappropriate. For example, just how much they ripped off the comics, and yet they pulled it off so poorly. Okay, what they did is basically they ripped the scene of Green Goblin holding Mary Jane or whatever atop the building, or rather in the comics it was Gwen Stacy, so he was holding Gwen Stacy above the building, or not building, I'm sorry, bridge, which in the movie they just ripped and replaced with Mary Jane. But here's what happens. Here's what happens in the comics. Green Goblin's flying up, around the bridge, and then Spider-Man knocks Green Goblin, causing Green Goblin to fall, and then Gwen Stacy is at the edge of this building, and then Green Goblin swoops by and knocks her off. And then Gwen Stacy's falling, and Peter's like, okay, don't worry, I've got you. And then he uses his web, and he catches her. But when he catches her, she snaps her neck or something, because whenever he brings her back up, she's dead. Spoilers, but this is like a 60-year-old comic. Yeah, he brings her up, and she's dead. Now, why is this a crucial part to not just the storyline, but to Peter Parker's character in general? And why it's a much better ending than her being alive? Well, again, it adds so much to character. Do you have any idea what Spider-Man went through because she died? Peter, this was the woman that he loved. And look at Spider-Man. He can lift anything. He's got these amazing powers. He was gifted with these. He can do anything. But if he can do anything, why couldn't he save the one that he loves? Why wasn't he fast enough? Why wasn't he strong enough to save her? These are all the questions that you put towards Spider-Man, and the outcome is what happens. For God's sakes, Spider-Man, he takes full blame for it. When he's talking to the officers later on, they say, I hate to do this to you, but the ambulance is here. And he says, ambulance? She doesn't need an ambulance, officer. She's dead, and Spider-Man killed her. He takes full blame for it, and he tortures himself crazily. Like, he even contemplated suicide multiple times because she's dead and he doesn't have her anymore. The amount of character development that they missed out on this movie is ridiculous. Him saving Mary Jane, which, by the way, they shouldn't have used Mary Jane, or they shouldn't even use that ending scene in the first place. But, him saving her, it doesn't add much to his character at all. He's just, oh, he's a hero, period. That's all you need to know. He saves the day in the end anyway, blah, blah, blah. There's no extreme, cynical twist at the end like there is in the comics. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I feel the ending to Spider-Man 1 is flawed. I feel that if they went the route of the comics, it would have been much more character development heavy, paving the way extremely for the future movies. But yeah, guys, catch you guys later.